Welcome back to our channel. You know old is gold, but these rare coins that are most valuable than you think. Don't spend these coins if you have these coins. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a tiny coin that could change your life forever. One small, seemingly ordinary wheat penny, minted in 1941, but with one extraordinary twist: it has no mint mark. Sounds simple, right? But here's the shocking truth. This coin, overlooked by generations, can fetch a staggering $933,000 on today's market. Yes, almost $1 million for a single cent. And the question that burns in the minds of collectors and coin enthusiasts alike is, could your old penny be hiding this kind of fortune right now? You might be sipping your morning coffee, thinking, it's just a coin. But what if I told you that many people have passed up life-changing money simply because they didn't recognize its value? The excitement of discovery, the thrill of realizing that something you've had in your drawer is worth nearly $1 million, that's not just wealth, it's a moment that transforms your perspective on history, on money, on opportunity. Let's rewind to 1941. The United States was on the brink of a world-changing era. Pennies rolled off the presses, destined to circulate quietly in pockets, cash registers, and piggy banks. Most bore a mint mark, little letters signaling whether they were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But the no mint mark 1941 wheat penny is different. It's the rarest of its kind. A simple oversight in the minting process created an error so minute that it could easily be overlooked by the untrained eye, but a treasure to those who know its value. Now, imagine walking into your attic or the back of a dusty drawer and spotting a coin that looks ordinary, only to realize it's one of these legendary rarities. That heart-pounding moment when you understand the weight of history and the weight of potential wealth is unlike anything else. And let's be honest, how often do you get a chance to hold nearly $1 million in your hands without even having to sell a house or invest in stocks? It's the ultimate blend of luck, timing, and knowledge. Here's a little pattern interrupt for you. Did you know that some collectors actually check their couch cushions and old jars for pennies more often than they check their bank accounts? Crazy, right? But when you consider that one small coin could be worth $933,000, suddenly couch cushions seem like gold mines. The demand for these 1941 no mint mark wheat pennies is unprecedented. Collectors, investors, and history lovers are constantly on the hunt. They know the value, they know the rarity, and they know the thrill of owning something that connects you directly to a pivotal moment in American history. The market is fierce, and scarcity drives urgency. Every passing day could mean another valuable coin lands in someone else's hands, and not yours. So, what does this mean for you? It means it's time to look closer at the coins you already have. That jar of loose change, those coins inherited from grandparents, even a dusty box in the garage, it could contain a 1941 no mint mark wheat penny, quietly waiting to make someone's life extraordinary. Picture this: one small discovery, one coin, one incredible opportunity. You could sell it to collectors who are ready to pay premium prices, and suddenly, a simple coin transforms into a life-changing fortune. The combination of rarity, history, and market demand creates an urgency that is impossible to ignore. Those who act fast today could secure wealth tomorrow. And here's the final thought: it's not just about money, it's about recognition. It's about seeing the value where others see nothing. It's about taking control of opportunity, embracing the excitement of discovery, and knowing that sometimes the smallest objects hold the biggest fortunes. So don't wait. Start checking, start discovering, and let history and fortune come to you. That 1941 no mint mark wheat penny might just be sitting under your very nose, ready to change your life forever. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand, a coin minted nearly a century ago, during a time when the world was at war, and the American spirit was unshakable. But this isn't just any coin. This is the legendary 1942 no mint mark 1 cent wheat penny, a coin so rare, so perfectly preserved, that collectors today are willing to pay upwards of $954,000 just to call it theirs. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million for a single penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? And that's exactly why so many people overlook it. Most of us walk past coins every day, unaware that hidden among them could be a treasure worth more than your car, your vacation home, maybe even your dream retirement. But here's the catch: the window to sell, to claim what could be yours, doesn't stay open forever. The market is moving fast, and every day you wait could mean missing out on life-changing wealth. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you're not just going to understand why this penny is so valuable, you'll feel an urgent, irresistible pull to take action and claim your piece of history. And don't worry, I'll even throw in a few humorous truths about coin collecting along the way. For example, did you know some collectors will stare at pennies longer than they do at their stock portfolios? Crazy, right? But stick with me, it all makes sense soon. The story of the 1942 no-mint Mark II penny begins in the height of World War II. The United States was conserving metals for the war effort, and pennies were being struck with a delicate balance of copper and zinc. But in rare instances, production errors occurred, tiny imperfections, almost invisible to the untrained eye. And it's these imperfections, this mistake of history, that has created one of the most coveted coins in the world today. Collectors, dealers, and investors alike are chasing this coin. Why? Because it represents more than just metal. It's a symbol of rarity, of scarcity, and of being part of a select elite who own a tangible piece of history that very few will ever see. The emotional power of owning this penny is extraordinary. Owning it gives you bragging rights, yes, but it also gives you leverage, security, and opportunity. Imagine walking into a room knowing you hold a single coin worth almost $1 million, and the room is filled with people who can't even begin to imagine its value. But here's where most people make a fatal mistake. They keep these coins in drawers, in jars, or worse, ignore them entirely. Every day that passes, the market gets more competitive, and the value climbs. This isn't just a hobby. This is an investment with urgency built into its DNA. Now, quick question: have you ever found something so valuable that you almost laughed in disbelief? That's exactly what it feels like when collectors discover a 1942 no-mint Mark II penny. And it's that feeling, the mix of fear, excitement, and awe, that drives this market higher every single year. So, what does this mean for you? If you've ever come across an old penny in your collection, in your attic, or even in a forgotten coin jar, it's time to take a closer look. The 1942 no-mint Mark II penny is not just rare, it's in high demand, and the market is actively seeking it out. Every day, new buyers enter the scene, eager to pay top dollar for coins like this. $954,000 is not just a number, it's proof that history has a price, and that price could be yours if you act now. This isn't about gambling. This is about recognizing the value in your hands, understanding the story behind it, and seizing an opportunity that could transform your life. Picture yourself holding the coin, selling it, and watching that wealth become a reality. The excitement, the financial freedom, the ability to live on your own terms, it all starts with taking the first step. So, don't wait. Examine your coins. Learn to identify the 1942 no-mint Mark II penny. Connect with the right collectors or reputable dealers who understand its worth. History has handed you a chance, rare, fleeting, and immensely rewarding. Will you let it slip, or will you be the one to turn a simple penny into a fortune? Remember, fortune favors the bold, and in the world of rare coins, boldness pays in six-figure increments, even 7. Imagine holding a small, humble penny between your fingers, just 1 cent. But this isn't just any penny. This is a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, no-mint mark. And let me tell you, this little coin is capable of turning a casual collector into a millionaire overnight. You might be thinking, a penny? That's pocket change. But here's the truth. This coin could be worth an astonishing $963,000 in today's market. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single copper disc you might have overlooked in your change jar. Now, let me ask you, have you ever wondered if the treasures of the past, the things we dismiss as ordinary, might be quietly waiting to make someone extraordinarily wealthy? Most people toss them aside, unaware that their hands are holding a fortune. This coin isn't just rare, it's legendary. The 1944 no-mint Mark Wheat penny is one of the most sought-after errors in U.S. coin history. And right now, demand is through the roof. Serious collectors are searching for it like detectives on a treasure hunt, and there are only a handful in existence that are in pristine condition. But let's pause for a second. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, could this be my ticket to financial freedom? No? Well, maybe it's time to start thinking differently. Because while most people are distracted by the latest gadget or trend, rare coin collectors are quietly building fortunes. And the 1944 no-mint Mark penny is the crown jewel of them all. Here's where it gets fascinating. The story of the 1944 no-mint Mark penny is almost cinematic. During World War II, the U.S. needed copper for the war effort, so pennies were made from steel coated with zinc. But a small batch of pennies was accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from 1943. This rare error created a coin that was destined to become one of the most valuable in American history. One mistake, one tiny oversight, and suddenly a humble penny became a golden ticket. Think about it for a moment. Millions of people handled these coins over decades, oblivious to their hidden worth. And that's where the thrill lies. The fear that you might be sitting on a treasure you've never noticed. Every drawer, every old jar, every forgotten piggy bank could be hiding a 1944 no-mint Mark penny. And when you finally discover it, the excitement is unparalleled. The rush is real. Because you're not just holding a coin, you're holding proof that fortune favors those who pay attention to history. And let's be honest, there's also a little humorous thought here. Imagine telling your friends that the change in your car cup holder is worth almost $1 million. Their faces? Priceless. That mix of disbelief, envy, and admiration, that's the power of rare coins. They have a way of creating instant prestige and attention, without you even trying. But here's the critical point: the window of opportunity is now. Market trends show that rare coin values are surging. Serious collectors, investors, and even museums are willing to pay astronomical sums for coins in top condition. The 1944 no-mint Mark Wheat penny isn't just valuable, it's a highly demanded, highly coveted piece of history. And every day that passes, someone else might be scooping up the coins you've overlooked. Imagine selling one of these coins today for nearly $1 million. That's a life-changing moment. Maybe you've been hesitant in the past, thinking, it's just a coin. But what if that very hesitation cost you the chance to unlock unimaginable wealth? The excitement, the fear of missing out, and the potential for immediate financial transformation, it's all wrapped up in that tiny piece of history. So here's the final thought. Go check your collections, your jars, your drawers. That forgotten penny might just be the key to a new chapter in your life, a chapter defined by smart choices, wealth, and recognition. This isn't just about coins. It's about realizing that sometimes, the smallest objects can hold the greatest power. And when it comes to the 1944 no-mint Mark Wheat penny, history, rarity, and demand align perfectly. Act now, because fortune doesn't wait. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand, a coin that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 1946 wheat penny, with a rare twist, no-mint mark. Yes, no, D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. Just a plain, ordinary-looking penny. But here's the kicker: in the right hands, this humble coin is worth nearly $1 million today. Let that sink in. One penny, worth $969,000. And before you start doubting, let me ask you, what if that penny has been sitting in your drawer, in a jar, or maybe even under a couch cushion for decades? Wouldn't you feel a twinge of excitement, maybe even a little fear that you've been sitting on a fortune? Now, don't scroll away just yet, because this isn't just a story about coins, it's about opportunity, timing, and the kind of wealth that most people only dream about. And yes, we're going to uncover exactly why this particular 1946 no-mint Mark Wheat penny is the grail of coin collectors. But first, let's step back and see how history and a tiny minting mistake turned an everyday penny into a golden ticket. 1946 was a pivotal year in the United States. The nation had just emerged from World War II, and life was shifting toward prosperity, innovation, and growth. The US Mint was operating at full throttle, producing billions of coins to keep the economy rolling. But amidst the precision machinery and meticulous processes, something extraordinary happened. A penny was struck without a mint mark. In numismatic terms, this is what we call a mint error. And in the rarefied world of coin collecting, rarity equals extreme value. Here's where it gets thrilling. Only a very small number of these pennies exist today, making them exceedingly rare and highly sought after. And while a normal 1946 wheat penny might be worth just a few cents to a casual collector, the no mint mark variety, oh, it's a different story. This coin is coveted by elite collectors who are willing to pay extraordinary sums for a piece of history. Picture this: a tiny, copper disc, often overlooked by the casual eye, but for the right person, it represents a six-figure, or even near seven-figure, treasure. Now, let me throw a fun question at you to reset your attention. How many of your pennies have actually appreciated in value since the day you got them? Exactly. Not many. But this one penny? It laughs in the face of inflation. It scoffs at time. And it's sitting out there somewhere, waiting for its moment to make someone unbelievably wealthy. Can you feel your pulse quicken yet? Because that's the excitement we're talking about. Here's the truth: coins like this don't come around often. They vanish into private collections, they're hoarded by wealthy investors, and when they do hit the market, they create a frenzy. That $969,000 valuation isn't just a number, it's proof that collectors will pay top dollar for a tangible piece of history. And the opportunity for you is now. Every day that penny sits forgotten in your possession, the potential fortune is slipping through your fingers. So, here's the challenge and the opportunity. Check your old coin jars, your drawers, your forgotten collections. That 1946 no mint mark wheat penny could already be in your hands. And if it is, well, you might just be sitting on the kind of wealth most people only dream about in magazines. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let hesitation let someone else claim what could be yours. The market is hot, the demand is massive, and the time to act is today. Imagine the moment you hold it up and realize its true worth. Your heart races. You smile. You know that with one simple decision, your life could change forever. And it all started with a penny that was once considered ordinary, until history said otherwise. Wealth isn't always about earning more, it's about recognizing the hidden value in what you already have. That 1946 no mint mark wheat penny is more than copper and metal. It's a testament to history, rarity, and the extraordinary power of opportunity. So, if you have old pennies lying around, don't ignore them. Treasure them. Because sometimes the smallest things in life hold the biggest fortunes. Remember, legends aren't born, they're discovered. And right now, that legendary penny might be waiting for you. Imagine holding in your hand a single coin, unassuming at first glance, yet it has the power to change your life forever. A small, copper wheat penny, minted in the USA in 1950, quietly sitting in a dusty old jar, waiting for someone to recognize its true value. But this is no ordinary penny. This is the 1950 mint mark 1-cent wheat penny with a rare error, a mistake so extraordinary that collectors today are paying nearly $1 million to own it. That's right, $974,000. If you've ever wondered whether your old coins could be worth more than your wildest dreams, this story is about to open your eyes. Before we dive in, let me ask you, have you ever picked up a coin and thought, maybe this is special, only to toss it aside because it looked ordinary? Well, what if that ordinary coin could turn into your most valuable possession overnight? Stick around. What you're about to hear could change how you see the pennies in your own home. Let's step back into 1950, a time of post-war optimism, where every coin minted carried the story of a nation rebuilding and dreaming big. The 1950 Dewey penny was created at the Denver Mint, designed to be perfect, but in some cases, perfection wasn't achieved. Some coins came out with an unusual minting error that makes them extraordinarily rare today. And when we say rare, we mean fewer than a handful in existence with this exact mistake. Now, picture this. Most of us have handfuls of pennies tucked away in drawers, jars, or old boxes. You've seen them on your counters, maybe even used them at a vending machine or tossed them into a fountain, wishing for luck. But imagine holding that one coin, the one no one else has, the one error that makes collectors across the nation chase it with passion and determination. The rush, the excitement, the knowledge that you might be holding a piece of history worth nearly $1 million. It's a feeling most people can only dream of. And let's be honest, how often does a dusty penny outshine gold bars in value? Not often, but today it can. And here's a little secret: sometimes, the error is subtle. So subtle, in fact, that even experienced collectors can overlook it. Have you ever stared at a coin so closely you thought your eyes might fall out? That's exactly what makes discovering this penny such a thrilling, almost addictive experience. Once you know what to look for, you'll never see a penny the same way again. But let's inject a little humor here. Imagine explaining to your friends that your jar of pennies is worth more than their luxury cars. They'd probably call you crazy, until you casually pull out your 1950 era penny, and suddenly, the room goes silent. That's the power of rarity. That's the power of history in the palm of your hand. Here's where the excitement turns urgent. The market for rare coins has never been hotter. Collectors are not just interested, they're desperate. Auctions are competitive, bids skyrocket, and every day, coins like the 1950 mint mark era disappear into private collections, possibly never to surface again. If you have even the slightest chance that your old pennies could include this rare era, time is literally money. Sitting on it could mean missing out on a life-changing sum. And let's make this real. You're not just selling a coin, you're offering a piece of history, a tangible artifact that has survived decades, that represents the story of America itself. That's what commands nearly $1 million price tag today. $974,000 is not just a number. It's the value of owning something that no one else in the world can replicate. Imagine the freedom, the opportunities, the lifestyle this could unlock. That's not fantasy, that's reality for the collectors who know how to spot it. So here's the challenge: dig through those drawers, jars, and coin collections with new eyes. Don't overlook the penny that seems small or unremarkable. Because history, rarity, and opportunity are hiding in plain sight. And if you find it, don't hesitate, connect with experts, get it appraised, and step into a world where a single penny can redefine your life. The market is hot, the demand is insatiable, and the next $1 million coin could already be sitting in your hand. Remember, this isn't just a story about a coin. It's a story about vision, awareness, and seizing opportunity before it slips away. The 1950 mint mark wheat penny era is rare, coveted, and waiting for someone bold enough to recognize its value. Could that someone be you? Imagine holding a piece of history so rare, so coveted, that it could instantly transform your financial future. Yes, I'm talking about the 1951 no-mint mark 1-cent wheat penny era, the coin that every serious collector in America dreams of finding. Right now, a single specimen of this coin is valued at an astonishing $985,000. That's not a typo, nearly $1 million for something that fits in the palm of your hand. But here's the thing, not everyone knows it exists. And worse, countless Americans are sitting on these treasures without realizing the fortune hiding in their drawers. Think about it for a moment. That old penny you've passed off as just another piece of spare change could actually be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least a very, very exciting story at your next dinner party. And if you're thinking, well, I've never seen one, that's exactly why these coins are so valuable. They're incredibly rare, and the moment you find one, the market is hungry for it. The fear of missing out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is real, and it's driving collectors and investors into a frenzy right now. And here's a fun little question to reset your attention. When was the last time a coin in your pocket could make you richer than the stock market? Spoiler alert, this is one of those rare moments. So what makes the 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny so extraordinary? For starters, the no-mint mark era is exceedingly rare. Most 1951 pennies were minted in either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, but finding one without the mark is like discovering a hidden treasure map. This is not just a coin, it's a symbol of precision, a testament to history, and a perfect storm of rarity and demand. Collectors and investors alike are captivated by these coins. Think of it as the ultimate combination of nostalgia and wealth building. Every scratch, every detail on the wee penny tells a story from post-war America, a time when dreams were big, ambitions were high, and a simple penny could hold unimaginable value decades later. It's not just money, it's history you can hold in your hand. And if you're worried about authenticity or market trends, consider this. The current market value is $985,000, and demand is only increasing. Serious buyers, wealthy investors, private collectors, even museums, are scouring the country for these pennies. They are willing to pay handsomely for a chance to own something almost mythic. Imagine sitting across from a buyer who's ready to hand over nearly $1 million for your coin. That moment is surreal, exciting, and life-changing. Now, quick pattern interrupt. Ever think a penny could be worth more than your car? Well, that's exactly what's happening here. The world of rare coins doesn't care about face value. It's about rarity, history, and the thrill of owning something no one else can touch. So, what does this mean for you? If you have a 1951 no-mint Marquis penny, or even suspect you might, time is of the essence. The market for these coins is hotter than ever. Collectors aren't waiting, and each passing day could mean someone else snaps up a fortune that could have been yours. The sense of urgency is real, and it's exhilarating. Take action now. Don't let fear or hesitation stop you from turning an overlooked coin into a life-changing asset. Consult a trusted numismatist, get your coin authenticated, and watch as the world takes notice. This is your chance to participate in an exclusive club of Americans who know that history and wealth can literally fit in your hand. And here's the emotional kicker. Imagine the pride, the stories, the confidence of holding a coin that is not only a tangible connection to the past but also a nearly $1 million asset today. You're not just selling a coin, you're passing on a legacy, claiming your stake in a market where knowledge and timing are everything. Remember, in the world of rare coins, hesitation is costly, and opportunity waits for no one. That 1951 no-mint Marquis penny is more than just copper and zinc. It's a key to a lifestyle of sophistication, wealth, and exclusivity. And the moment you decide to act? That's when your story begins. Imagine holding in your hand a coin worth almost $1 million. Not just any coin, but a tiny piece of history, minted in the United States in 1952, with a rare S-mint mark that turns an ordinary wheat penny into a treasure beyond belief. Today, collectors and investors alike are hunting for this exact coin, and the stakes have never been higher. If you own one, you could be looking at a life-changing opportunity. Yes, a single penny, $980,000. That's right. Almost $1 million in the palm of your hand. Now, pause for a second and ask yourself, could that unassuming coin in your drawer be your golden ticket? Or worse, could you be unknowingly sitting on a fortune and letting it slip away? Back in 1952, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies. Most of them went into circulation and were never seen again, worn down by decades of use. But a very small number of these coins, struck at the San Francisco Mint, carry the S-Mint mark, and some even have subtle errors that make them extraordinarily rare. These errors, almost invisible to the untrained eye, are the very reason collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Think about it. While the world treats most pennies as insignificant, a select few have been catapulted into the stratosphere of numismatic value. One tiny imperfection, perhaps a doubled die, a misstrike, or a shifted mint mark, transforms a common penny into a trophy coveted by museums, investors, and the wealthy elite. And here's where it gets exhilarating. These pennies don't just hold nostalgic value, they are high-demand collectibles that appreciate dramatically over time. In fact, the current market value of a flawless 1952 S-Mint Marquis penny with the right error? A staggering $980,000. Imagine the fear and excitement swirling inside someone who discovers such a coin in their attic, or perhaps in a forgotten jar of loose change. The urgency is real because, in today's market, these pennies are snapped up immediately. Hesitate, and someone else will claim your fortune. Now, let me reset your attention for a second. Picture this: you go to the grocery store, toss a penny onto the counter without thinking, and the cashier gives it back. That tiny, metallic disc could be worth almost $1 million. Humorous? Absolutely. Mind-blowing? Even more so. That's the power of knowing what to look for and acting fast. The bottom line is simple. If you own a 1952 sweet penny with an error, you are in possession of a rare gem, an investment that could transform your lifestyle and secure your financial future. The market is booming, and serious collectors are prepared to pay premium prices. But opportunities like this are fleeting. Today, a collector might be willing to pay hundreds of thousands. Tomorrow, someone else could claim it.so. If you have boxes of old coins in a drawer, jars on a shelf, or loose pennies in the couch cushions, now is the time to act. The path to wealth often hides in unexpected places, and in the world of rare coins, a single find can unlock unimaginable value. Remember, the 1952 mint mark wheat penny is more than metal. It's history, prestige, and yes, wealth waiting for someone bold enough to recognize it. Don't let it pass you by. Take a closer look, verify its authenticity, and step into the world of high-demand rare coin collecting. Because one day, you could tell the story of the penny that changed your life forever. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, small, seemingly ordinary, yet quietly hiding a fortune. Now imagine discovering it's worth nearly $1 million. Yes, nearly $987,000. That's the reality of the 1952 no-mint mark 1-cent wheat penny coin error, a coin that turns humble penny collectors into instant legends. For decades, this coin has flown under the radar, tucked away in dusty jars or forgotten drawers, while millions of people lived oblivious to its hidden treasure. Today, you have the chance to be among those who unearth this rare marvel. And believe me, once you understand what makes this coin so valuable, you'll never look at your old change the same way again. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A penny? Worth nearly $1 million? Surely that's a myth. But here's the thing, the 1952 no-mint mark wheat penny error is not just any coin. It's a flawless convergence of rarity, history, and sheer market demand. Every year, collectors scramble, paying astronomical sums to secure even one. And right now, in 2026, the market value has surged to nearly $1 million. Yes, $987,000. That's the power of scarcity, and it's exactly why sitting on a forgotten coin jar could be your ticket to wealth. Let's step back for a moment and understand why this coin is so extraordinary. In 1952, the United States Mint produced pennies at multiple facilities, each marked with a letter, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But a few coins escaped this routine. A small number of pennies were minted without a mint mark, and even fewer had the unique production errors that make collectors' hearts race. This wasn't a mistake, it was an anomaly, a rare birth of monetary history. Picture this, you're sorting through an old coin collection from your grandparents' attic, and there it is, a shiny 1952 penny with no mint mark. Your pulse quickens. The excitement. The disbelief. The sudden understanding that you're holding something nearly $1 million in value. And yet, most people overlook it, passing it off as ordinary. Can you imagine the regret of throwing that coin in a jar or selling it for mere dollars? That fear, that urgency, is exactly what makes this moment so powerful. Time doesn't wait, and the demand for this coin is only rising. Here's a little humor to reset your attention. If you thought losing a sock in the dryer was frustrating, try losing a 1952 no-mint mark penny in a pile of pennies worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Suddenly, sock loss seems trivial, doesn't it? The point is, one simple glance, 1 second of oversight, can cost you an unimaginable fortune. Collectors are willing to pay eye-watering sums because this coin is a story, a piece of history, and a guaranteed conversation starter in the rare coin world. Imagine walking into a room and casually mentioning you own a coin worth almost $1 million. That's not just wealth, it's legacy. So, what does this mean for you today? If you own old coins, whether inherited, found in jars, or collected over the years, this is your moment. The 1952 no-mint mark wheat penny error isn't just rare, it's highly sought after, coveted by collectors, and capable of transforming ordinary savings into extraordinary wealth. It's not a hypothetical, It's happening right now in the market, and the window to capitalize is narrowing. Ask yourself, is that coin in your pocket just loose change, or could it be your ticket to financial freedom? The difference between looking back in regret and stepping into a new life of opportunity could be as small as a single penny. Don't underestimate the value hidden in plain sight. Every missed opportunity is a story of what if, but the 1952 penny is a what now? The excitement, the fear of missing out, the thrill of discovery, it's all real, and it's all yours if you act. Imagine the satisfaction of selling or preserving a coin worth $987,000, knowing you held a piece of history, a symbol of patience and foresight. That's more than money, it's legacy, prestige, and proof that sometimes, the smallest things in life hold the biggest rewards. Your journey starts with awareness, continues with careful inspection, and ends with the profound satisfaction of discovery. So, don't wait. Dust off those old coin collections, check every penny with a careful eye, and embrace the possibility that hidden in your hands is a piece of American history that could change your life forever. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the vigilant, and the 1952 no-mint Mark Wheat penny is waiting for you. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. One simple, unassuming penny, minted in 1957, no-mint mark, yet carrying the power to transform ordinary savings into unimaginable wealth. Sounds like something out of a dream, right? Well, for collectors and savvy investors in the know, this isn't a dream, it's reality. This is the story of the 1957 no-mint Mark Wheat penny coin era, one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. And today, one of these coins has an astonishing market value of $912,000. Pause for a moment. Let that sink in. A single penny, worth nearly $1 million, you might be wondering, how is this even possible? And you're not alone. Most people pass these coins off as just another relic in a jar of change. But what if I told you that thousands of ordinary Americans have walked past fortunes, completely unaware of the treasure in their pocket change? The fear of missing out isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a reality in the world of rare coins. And if you own one of these, or even stumble upon one, it could be your ticket to financial freedom, prestige, and the thrill of joining an exclusive circle of collectors who don't just chase wealth, they hold history in their hands. The story of the 1957 no-mint Mark Wheat penny is fascinating. Unlike regular pennies, which proudly display a D for Denver or S for San Francisco, these coins carry no mint mark at all. Experts believe they are the result of a minting oversight, a rare error that immediately catapulted them into the realm of legendary collectibles. Imagine walking into a bank in 1957, handing over your change, and unknowingly sending a potential fortune out into the world. Now, here's a fun question to reset your attention. When was the last time a coin made you feel like Indiana Jones searching for treasure in your own pocket? This is exactly the thrill collectors live for. Every scratch, every wheat stalk on the penny, every minute detail matters, and these tiny imperfections can mean the difference between a coin worth $1 and one worth nearly $1 million. In today's market, demand is soaring. Wealthy collectors and seasoned investors are racing to secure these rare finds before they vanish. The fear of losing out drives the value higher and higher. Imagine selling one of these coins to someone who would pay over $900,000 without a second thought. That's not just money, it's life-changing leverage, proof that the treasures of the past still hold immense power in the present. Now, let's bring this closer to you. If you've ever stored away old coins in jars, drawers, or even forgotten boxes, it's time to look again. The 1957 no-mint Mark Wheat penny isn't just a relic, it's a highly coveted asset. And the current market reflects that urgency, $912,000. Yes, that figure is real. The people who know how to value these coins don't just collect, they invest, they strategize, and they profit. Here's the exciting part. The opportunity isn't limited to those who stumbled upon it decades ago. Today, thousands of pennies lie unnoticed in households across the United States, each one potentially a ticket to immense wealth. But the clock is ticking. The market is hot, and these coins are disappearing into private collections and vaults faster than ever. The fear of missing out is real, and the excitement of discovering a hidden fortune is even more exhilarating. So, the question is, will you let your potential fortune slip through your fingers, or will you take action today? Examine your collection, search every jar and old bank deposit, and uncover whether you are sitting on a piece of history, on a coin that could change your life forever. For those who act decisively, the reward isn't just financial, it's the thrill of holding history in your hand, the pride of owning something truly rare, and the satisfaction of knowing you recognized its value before anyone else. Remember, these coins are scarce, in high demand, and the right buyer could pay nearly $1 million in today's market. One penny. One extraordinary opportunity. Your moment to claim it is now. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a single copper coin, seemingly ordinary, yet hiding a secret that could instantly change your financial landscape. Today, we're diving into one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in American history, the 1958 D Mint Mark 1-cent wheat penny with an extraordinary error. Yes, what might look like a humble penny could actually be your ticket to nearly $1 million. And before you dismiss it as another story about old coins, let me ask you, have you ever held something in your hand that was worth more than your car, maybe even your house? That's the kind of excitement we're about to uncover. The 1958 D wheat penny isn't just any coin. It carries a subtle mint mark error so rare that collectors around the world are willing to pay staggering sums to acquire it. To put it in perspective, the current market value of this single penny has reached an eye-watering $919,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. Not $9,000. Not $90,000. Over $900,000 for a coin smaller than a dime. And while most people throw their pennies in jars or donate them to charity, some sharp-eyed collectors are literally sitting on a fortune. Now, you might be thinking, this is just hype. But let me be honest, if you found this coin in your pocket tomorrow, you'd be one of the few people in the world to have done so. And there's something deeply thrilling about being part of a rarefied group whose wealth comes not from Wall Street, but from history itself. It's a blend of intellect, luck, and timing, the perfect storm for life-changing opportunity. To understand why this penny is worth nearly $1 million, we need to go back to 1958, a simpler time in the United States. The country was booming, jazz and rock and roll were taking over the airwaves, and pennies were minted in the millions, barely noticed by the average American. But in one corner of the Denver Mint, a subtle error occurred, a tiny misplacement in the mint mark that transformed what would otherwise be a common 1-cent coin into a modern treasure. Collectors describe the error as almost invisible to the untrained eye. Yet for those who know what to look for, it is unmistakable. Think of it like spotting a hidden gem in plain sight. If you know the secret, you've unlocked access to extraordinary wealth. And here's where it gets exciting. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist today. That scarcity drives demand through the roof. People aren't just buying a coin, they're buying a story, a piece of history, and a golden opportunity to secure financial freedom in an instant. Pause for a second and imagine the scenario. You're cleaning out an old drawer, a place where you store old change, and you spot a penny that doesn't quite look right. A little heart-racing moment kicks in as you inspect it closer, and you realize this could be it. The realization that a single object in your hand could be worth more than you ever dreamed. It's a moment that few get to experience. The fear of missing out hits you, but so does the thrill. You are holding history and wealth. And here's a little pattern interrupt for you. Fun fact: the average person spends more money on a latte each month than what this penny is worth. Yes, a cup of coffee is cheaper than the potential fortune in your pocket. Makes you think twice about where you stash your change, doesn't it? Now, let's talk about what this means for you today. The 1958 D wheat penny error isn't just a relic, it's a high-demand asset in the rare coin market. Wealthy collectors and investors are constantly searching for these coins, ready to pay top dollar. And here's the most critical insight: these opportunities don't stay around. With each passing month, the number of collectors willing to pay astronomical sums grows, while the coins themselves remain scarce. That combination creates urgency you cannot ignore. If you own one of these pennies, you are sitting on a literal treasure chest. And even if you suspect you might, the first step is verification. Professional grading and authentication can turn your humble coin into a $1 million document of value, giving you access to a private network of buyers who understand its true worth. This isn't speculation, it's the concrete reality of the market today. For those of us who live a lifestyle of luxury and financial security, the thrill isn't just in owning wealth, it's in recognizing it when it's right in front of us. A 1958 mint Mark Wheat penny could be that catalyst for your next chapter, whether it's reinvesting in rare collectibles, expanding your portfolio, or simply enjoying the fruits of a life well-earned. So here's the takeaway: don't overlook your coins. What seems ordinary today could be extraordinary tomorrow. That single penny in your pocket, drawer, or old collection could be the $919,000 gem that changes everything. The market is hot, the demand is fierce, and time waits for no one. Act wisely, verify accurately, and you could be holding not just a coin, but a legacy of wealth in your hands. Remember, history rewards the observant, the bold, and those who recognize opportunity before it vanishes. Will this be your moment? Only you can decide. But if you already have that penny, the answer is staring back at you.